It starts with a sound like no other. Followed by a juicy burst of sweet, refreshing flavor. Washington apples, known the world over for their consistent crispness and quality, for their shape, color, and beauty, and safe, nutritious appeal. But what's it take to produce a Washington apple? A world-class apple that is so good, no other apple comes close. At the top of the list is a bountiful supply of pure, clean water collected from mountaintops, streams, and rivers that form the mighty Columbia River, and delivered using a complex network of irrigation pumps and canals. Abundant, pure water that, when combined with soil rich in volcanic ash, yields a growing medium that is optimal for producing sweet, crispy apples. With 4 well-defined seasons, our apple trees get the climatic changes they need to produce high-quality fruit. Our apple growers take great pride in what they do, most with generations of expertise and skill in producing top-grade apples. While holding firm to farm values of being independent stewards of their land and raising quality, wholesome fruit, they are modern innovators in finding ways to improve quality and yield. In a program called Integrated Pest Management, our apple growers reduce the use of pesticides by using good bugs to eat the bad bugs. Simple as it sounds, it took a lot of scientific research and know-how to put into practice. This and other advanced approaches to pest management, along with the arid conditions of the desert and the cold winters, keep the pest population well in control. So much so that Washington apple growers are world leaders in the reduction of spray use and implementation of safe harvest and handling processes. Our fruit growers are not only dedicated to producing sweet, crunchy, delicious apples, we also follow stringent domestic and international food safety guidelines. That's why Washington apples can be trusted to always be bigger, sweeter, juicier, crispier, and as being as safe as possible. When the apples are ready for harvest, an army of pickers quickly move in to hand-pick the apples at their peak. Apples ripen quickly, so the pickers work long hours to get the fruit off the trees, gently placing them in bins so as not to bruise them. Each bin has a barcode that identifies the apple variety and where the apples were grown. As we follow the apples to market, traceability is an important step in the process. When the apple bins are set into the processing line, barcodes are again scanned to maintain tracking. The apples start by floating out of their bins into a gentle river of hydro-cooled water that keeps them cold and protects them from bruising. Then they're taken to sorting tables, where workers cull out the ones that aren't up to Washington standards. They then move through state-of-the-art fruit processing machines, where computer-controlled cameras and scales weigh, inspect, and separate them according to internal quality standards, color, size, and shape. All are handled with special care, regardless of which packing method is used, if they are bagged, placed in trays, or set in gift boxes. All are subject to final approval by watchful Department of Agriculture inspectors, who make sure each apple meets Washington's high standards. As apple boxes are being prepared for shipping to their final destinations, the final step in the traceability process takes place before loading onto refrigerated trucks. As you can see, our apples can be traced from orchard to shipment using a tracking system that identifies the type of apples, where they were grown, stored, packed, and the destination where they will be delivered. Again, just another of the many safeguards that set Washington apples above the rest. raised on 175,000 acres of fertile land, harvesting billions of apples a year, yielding over half of the fresh apples consumed in the U.S. and 90% of all U.S. apple exports, enjoyed by millions of people around the world. Washington apples. No other apple comes close.